Okay, so hopefully I wasn't just looking at my screen for several minutes while I was trying to figure out how to actually go live. It worked a lot better earlier, but either way, I'm here now. So far, nothing's coming up on my monitor slash cell phone, so I'm not sure if anybody's seeing me yet. I didn't really have any issues with the lag time, substantially anyway. I wonder if the time of day has something to do with that, because it wasn't a problem earlier, but now that it's 7:30, I am having some issues. Okay, I think we're good. Leave a comment if you're getting this, and I'll leave a comment for myself. Hello. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8. Okay, well, I'll just get it started and hope that it actually all comes together. So first off, what I would like to do is to draw the winners of both the Instagram and the YouTube contests. So first off, I'm just going to do the YouTube contest. And these are people who made an entry in a video form on YouTube for my matchmaker contest, which was I just wanted you to pair up 2 or more comic book characters, whether superheroes or whatever, pair them up in a romantic fashion, be as elaborate as you want or whatever. But either way, it's a good thing that I hit the refresh on the comments because again, the goblin devoured a lot of those comments, and therefore I didn't know that Ruben Nieves, for instance, had actually entered. We also got Simple Simon, Doomsday Comics, the 88 Jester, Alex Big Blue, Andrew Kai, Metarog, The Gray Man, Escargot T80, Matilda Gothica, who prize tagged Josh R. Comics and Gaming if she wins, and 64-page special. If I missed anybody, I blame YouTube for that because I was very thorough making sure that I got everybody. All right, so I'm not going to bother with the whole like rolling the dice to find out how many times I'm rolling this. I'm just going to do it. So here we go. All right, we got Andrew Kai, of course, the one person I don't know how to contact. So Andrew Kai gets $40 US credit to either this auction if he happens to show up, or through my eBay store or eBid store. But either way, thank you, Andrew, for entering that. And then I already did the whole typing everybody out for the Instagram one. And it's weird that I only got 5 entries, but I think I probably needed to put more reminders up, which I did not, unfortunately. But yeah, so we got 5 entries there. First one is BatFan91, Kodamat 1098, The Gray Man 69, Bears Rockin' Comics, and Metarog. So this is for the $20 credit US. And here we go. Okay, Kodamat, who of course is at work right now, but yeah, I will let her know anyway because there's a chance that she'll be done while I'm still going here. I don't even know if she's that into purchasing the comics themselves so much as just showing support. I probably shouldn't leave that screen up too long, eh? I'm just going to flip over to the auction cam because that way, I don't know, I'm not showing off. You can check out the shipping rates and everything while you're on there. I'm going to look for Kodamat, like to tell her that she won. Just give me 2 seconds here. Still working on it. Just an FYI, you won the $20 US credit to my contest. Exclamation point. All right. I'm going to do a quick search for Andrew Kai again, because I didn't see him earlier, like in my searches. I see an Andrew Kai, but I don't think it's him. He'll just have to do with the eBay thing. All right, so I'm going to start this with just showing off some stuff that I got recently. And I'm still not able to connect to the chat, so that's going to be a problem. Why this happened last time too, and I had no problems earlier with having the chat. Just another second here. You know, it's weird. I'm pretty sure I'm like cursed or something. It's telling me on my phone that 9 are watching. All right, now I'm seeing some comments. I don't know why it's not letting me see the comments on my computer screen. I'm pretty sure it hates me. But I love Disney and comics. Hello. Simply Incredible podcast. Hello, Mike Kimball. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. We got 9 in the chat total, with myself included. So I'm just going to show you some stuff that I got so that we're killing some time while other people file in, or at least what do I hope to do? Okay, so this I got for 30 bucks. Pretty jazzed about that. And I know what you're thinking, like, okay, so how much is in this? Well, it was a set. So I got the Gatefold X-Men #1, X-Men #2. I'm sure you can see where I'm going with this. X-Men #3, and there it is. X-Men #4, first appearance of Omega Red. X-Men #5, second appearance of Omega Red. #6, #7, that's the end of that story arc there. #8, #9, and #10. I want to say this is like a Shatterstar key or something. I forgot to look that up, but it's not like it really matters, right? I'm just got to keep myself up to date on the chat here. Hey, Kai Wildcat 859, thank you for stopping by. Just showing off some stuff. I'm not actually selling anything yet. I'm just killing some time while I wait for some more people to show up. And then this. So what is the deal with Batman 89 and 90? There's a funny story behind this, because I had Batman on my pull list for years, literally years. And then I went and cleared my pull list. Like, I took away half of it approximately, just because I was spending too much money on brand new comics, and each one individually cost just a little too much, right? So yeah, I somehow took Batman off of my pull list, and I was looking through my collection. I'm like, where's Batman 89? I don't remember getting it in my pull, and it's not here when I heard all this buzz. And then I went to the comic store. I got the last one of this, but I discovered when I looked at my cart, I don't actually have Batman on my pull list anymore. So I did not get number 89 because I'm an idiot. And then this stuff all came from that auctioneer in North Bay that I've mentioned before in the past. Give me 1 sec. Yes, I agree. I love Disney and comics, especially for the price I got for it. Like, basically, if you want to look at it as the 30 bucks that I spent divided by 10, it's $3 for each of them. That's not how I would normally look at it. I do like a proportional valuation. Either way, I got Black Knight #1 from the 90s run from the guy in North Bay. I've been meaning to get a copy of this for so long. I don't even remember how long, but finally got Heroes for Hope, starring the X-Men. I'm with Metarog on this. I love promo comics, so I got that one. I got this for way too cheap. It's the second printing, but yeah, New Mutants #87, first appearance of Cable. Then a bunch of these. None of them are keys or anything. Yo, Josh R. Comics and Gaming, thank you for stopping by. I don't know if you were here earlier. Yeah, I've got 12 viewers now, so you must be fresh into the room. Yeah, Dakota won the $40 or the $20 prize, and this Andrew Kai guy won the 40, but I don't know how to get all of them. So I guess he won't be attending this, unless maybe he will. Anyway, Sensational She-Hulk #13, #14. #25. I didn't pay these prices if you're able to read them up top there. I got them for less, way less. 27, 28. That's funny because Ruben Nieves mentioned Mephisto as one of his pairs. So he had Harley Quinn and Mephisto as his couple for my contest. 47 jumped way up because a bunch of people one person outbid me on a bunch of the comics in between there. 51, 53. I don't know why they didn't try to outbid me on that one, though, because that's actually worth something. Number 57, 59. New Teen Titans, number 3. Nothing significant about that, but I don't have enough New Teen Titans books. And then Annual number 1. I realized after the fact that that was the second copy, but I was kind of bidding last minute on a couple things, just to kind of round out my shipping a little bit. And then, okay, so this is from Novamad 1969. He had a contest and he gave stuff to everybody who entered. So I got this just yesterday, like last night when I got home. It was sitting there waiting for me. So Lethal Protector, number 1. This one I was even more excited about. You'd think it would have been the Venom book, but the last issue of Alf, number 50. And it's a thick one, so I'm looking forward to reading that. And then Batman, Superman, New 52 combo pack still in its poly bag there. So that's also very cool, and especially because Josh R., you happen to be in here, you gave me Batman, Superman, New 52, number 2 and 3, I think. So I can sell these as a set. Hope that Novamad 1969 is not watching because I'm selling off his stuff like the day that I get it. I'm not selling these two, by the way, because this one, I already have a copy of it, but I bought it from Bake the Snake, and it's signed by Mark Bagley and Randy Emberlin. So I don't even want to open it. I don't want to take it out if it's mylar or anything, just because it's one of those high-value books. So this one I can actually read. And this one, of course, thank you, I Love Disney and Comics, for the congratulations. And yeah, so this one I can read. This one I can't read because it's still in the poly bag, and there's no way I'm taking it out of that. Cause, hey, Drasier, awesome. So you showed up just in time to watch me go into the auction and hope that there's enough people here to bid. I was just showing off some stuff I got recently. Novamad 1969's prize that he gave me for his contest, and then some stuff I got from my LCS. Sorry for the cough. I'm wearing a microphone right now, so I hope this isn't like blaring loud in the stream. I don't really have the time to go in and double check the volume or anything. So I'm going to start this off with some stuff. I'm not even sure if it's going to get any bids. But we got She. I should have practiced this. Senryaku, number 1 and number 2. Should probably take these away. So that's a complete thing unto itself. Just those 1 and 2. And then this one, She, Tomo, shiny cover. I love shiny covers. Anybody here find simple things like that appealing to shine? Yeah, so I would start the bidding for that at $1. And I have a timer here on my phone. This is so much better than last time, even if the chat is kind of messed up on my computer again. Yeah, so I'm going to start a timer for a minute. Oh, of course, Novamad 1966 is here. But yes, yeah, I'm assuming that we already talked about that, like on Instagram or something, like what I do with the comics I win. So, Senryaku, number 1, number 2, and Tomo, number 1. I'm just getting my timer set up because I was sort of scrambling last minute here. Had some other things I had to do before I went live. Which isn't to say that it was a second thought for me or whatever. It was just, I thought everything was all set and ready to go. So I'll make that a 30-second timer. I'm not sure I'll be able to stay for the whole thing. So just here, if you want me to put up, oh, hey, Andrew, so you've got $40 credit to bid here on whatever you want. So if you watch my preview videos, most of that stuff is going up here, except for like some of that risque stuff. Like I've got this pile in my lap here, and I think that's about it from the risque stuff. But then everything else I've been showing off lately, all of that's coming up. So you got $40 to spend. And Drasier, I can put those Incredible Hulk books up like right now, after I'm done the she stuff. So if you can wait for like 10 minutes, that'll be up. And I'm going to consider that a no on the first lot. Those will probably end up going up on eBay for super cheap. And then more she stuff here. We've got she, side blade, and I guess that's it. That's the first appearance of Witchblade there. Now, you know what? I'm going to group all this stuff together. So then we've got Way of the Warrior, number 1. This is the full set for Way of the Warrior as well. Number 2, different cover. Yep. So 2 copies of number 2. Number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, 2 copies of number 7, not like you really need them, but there you go. 2 of 2, 2 of 7, at least 2, they were 2 different covers, but anyway, number 9, number 10, and don't worry, I love Disney and comics, you did not miss much. It was just like this weird 2-part series of she, number 11, and number 12. So here I go again with the 1-minute timer. Wish I had music again this time. I know nobody could hear it last time, but at least I could, and it kind of killed a little bit of time for me. Like, killed the dead air that I hate so much. So, she, side blade, number 1. The first appearance of Witchblade. We got Way of the Warrior, number 1. Number 2. Twice. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Number, how did I do that again? Number 7, number 7. Number 8. Number 6, right. Number 9, 10, 11, and 12. And another way that we can do this is that if I get 3 no's in the chat, like just say no, and I'll move right on. Because that was my 1-minute timer, but I'm looking at my monitor here and I haven't even gone through the 12 yet, twice. So in other words, you're just seeing number whatever, 12, while my timer is going off. So I don't know what to do about that. Anybody else have experience with YouTube and why it won't let me see the chat? Why I have to waste my Wi-Fi on... Okay. Well, okay, so we got 2 no's on that. Good enough. We're going to move on to the next one. I totally forgot to put on my trusty gloves. Anybody into Vampirella by chance? Because these 2 here, the artwork is phenomenal on the interior. I think the cover artist is the same as the interior art because it's painted. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it looks pretty clear to me that it's painted. And then number 2 is sort of the same. So I'm going to take this one out of the bag just so that I can show you the interior. Pretty rad. So we got number 1 and number 2. I'm going to start the bidding for that at $2. Seems all right to me. Yeah, see how refined that is? It's like, it's metal, like I was saying about Vampirella a couple days ago. Just the color scheme, how it kind of pops at you with the red. I'm not sure if you can even see that on my screen, or on your screen, I should say. Kind of fits with that whole... Anyway, I think that's super rad. So I'm starting the bidding at $2 for that lot. and putting a timer on right now. We do have more good stuff coming, by the way. I'm just kind of getting it, starting off with the not so great stuff, like the cheapy PP stuff, just because I want more people to be in the chat before I start putting up the good stuff, just so that everybody gets a chance. They don't go back to the replay and discover, oh, hey, I missed out on my chance to win whatever. You know. Okay, so I'm going to move on to that Incredible Hulk lot that Dressier had an interest in. I'm just doing things a little bit out of order here, so it's going to take me a second to find them. Alrighty. Oh, okay, so wait, we got I Love Disney and Comics is in for $2. According to my phone, that came in a minute ago, so that means like my delay is probably about a minute to a minute and a half. So bringing that back up, putting one more minute on it. Anybody else want that for more than $2? Just say the word. By the way, this dead silence here, I'm still trying to figure out maybe how I can fix this issue with not being able to see my own. You know what I think I might do is I might take this camera off. I might just delete it. I think I can do that. Yeah. So I'm deleting that one. I'm also going to delete this one because I'm done drawing things. And I'm going to see if that helps to speed up the stream a little bit. Oh yeah, by the way, Dressier's Comics and Things, congrats on the 700 subs. So, Disney, wow, I Love Disney and Comics. You got that for $2. We will be in touch about your shipping information and how much that's going to cost. How much that's going to cost for shipping and all that. Go back to this. So, here we are with Incredible Hulk. I'm going to put this up as a single lot. So Dressier, I know that you already have that one, but chances are this is going to go for so cheap that you won't even care that you got 2 copies. Plus, it's an amazing book. I read it right before I sent it to you. All right, so we're starting off with 150. And of course, I didn't write down the grades, but I think that's like a 7.5. Maybe, no, it's higher than that. 8 to an 8.5. We got this one, very low. It's like a 3.5, mostly because of this grotesqueness and just like an overall dustiness that can't be cleaned either. Like that's in there. So that, and then this is also looking pretty good. It's not as good as the one I sent you because we got some color rub up here and just some. It looks like it got some ink on it. Like, I think there's a thing about that, isn't there? Like they did that on purpose for something, but yeah, it's got this blue all the way around. So I got to drop that down to like a 5.0, despite being, you know, as far as other damage, pretty solid. I'm starting the bid for this whole lot at $10, by the way. So that's pretty cheap, like $2 a piece. This one also solid. Gonna give that 7.0, 7.5. And lastly, the one with the giant rat, pretty sweet, for 5.5 or so. Cool. So starting the bidding at $10 for that. Hey, the Comic Don, welcome. Wow, Dressier wants it. $20 for that. So, putting I'm not going to put a timer on it yet. I'm going to give you like a little bit to kind of look over these again. If it wasn't for this, it's a stellar lot, really. Like, I guess the ink around that 150 is disappointing too. Or 152, I should say. Yeah, I don't like that. And I definitely don't like that. But I mean, I still think it's a decent deal at 20 bucks. Depends on what your LCSs are like, really. Okay, I'm putting a 30-second timer on this just so that I'm not wasting everybody's time more than I have to. 30 seconds, starting now. Anybody want to go up against Rasir? Oh, cool. Wait, so what do you do with the frames, Rasir? Like, you just mean like you collect the frame style covers? Yeah, they are pretty rad. Okay, that's it. Goes to Dressier for 20 bucks. Awesome. Thank you, sir. I got your shipping information and I know you got to leave. So if there was anything else, though, just holler right now and I'll try to put it up for you. But otherwise, I'm going to go into just kind of threw some random stuff together. And I'm not sure if everybody's going to, hey, superhero reviews, welcome. And I don't think I said welcome to Weapon X either. But all right, we got Justice League of America, number 58. I got this for free, although I'm not really considering it for free because the vendor who gave it to me for free was mostly just doing it to compensate me for the fact that my shipping was so ridiculously expensive from him. So we got Justice League of America, number 58. It's not the greatest. I'm going to say a 4.0, 4.5, but the spine is solid. There's a little, I don't know what you would call that. It's not a tear. It doesn't go all the way through. I took a look at it like I took it out. It's a little bit narrower here, but otherwise, like solid spine. The inks inside are good too. So that's that. All right. Thank you for coming by, Dressier, and hopefully we'll see you later. This one, first solo Maria Rambeau as Captain Marvel, like solo series. She had obviously already appeared solo before, but this is like her own series. So there's that in a solid like 9.4, 9.6. And then the first, no, it's not the first of anything. It's a solo Thanos story. It is the first of something. First solo Thanos story is in the back of this book, but you see this, it is terrible. I forget what I ended up grading this at, but you can see it for yourself. Like it's a low grade book, but it's still pretty rad in the for if you're into Thanos, you know, having it in the history and everything. You would call that a wrinkle? I love Disney and comics. Can I just call you Disney? Is that insulting? Because that's a long name. Actually, Dressier's Comics and Things is a long name too. So, yeah, we're gonna start the bidding on this for $5. I should have already had all that planned out, like what I was gonna start the bidding at. I do have that planned out for a couple of these things, but I just threw this together like 10 minutes ago, or 10 minutes before I started. So, anybody interested? This book alone, regardless of its condition, it just as a reader, it's pretty awesome. Oh, Comic Assassin is here. Welcome. So I'm putting a 30-second timer on it starting now. May as well keep flipping through these. And by the way, if anybody wants me to put up that X-Men 10-issue lot, just holler, but know that I spent $30 Canadian on it. And something else that I failed to mention was that last auction, so that's it for that one. I'm going to say nobody wanted it, and I will move on. And of course, I just lost the chat. Lovely. Okay, I am putting that away and hoping that I get the chat back. We've already been going for 30 minutes here. All right. So the next one is going to be this one. If anybody is familiar with the upcoming Netflix show, there is a lot of spec on these, mostly specifically this issue number 1. I noticed on eBay it's generally going for like $30, which is crazy. I'm starting the minimum bid at $5 for all 3 of them. That's the whole series. There was another run a little bit later, but all I know is this one. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else all that special. The condition is pretty solid on all 3 of them, especially, luckily, the number 1, the one that is going for around $30 on average. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that one aside from, you know, when a spine gets that kind of like it's been sitting in a pile pressing, so it's not like it's removed the ink. It's just a little bit like I don't even know how to describe it. But yeah, starting the bidding for this at $5 for Ariala, Warrior Nun, 1, 2, and 3 as a set. I'm going to set the timer for 30 seconds here. All right. I'm going to try saying something on my screen here and see about, nope, that doesn't connect me to the chat. Dude. I will say, luckily, I was able to bring the delay down significantly by going with a hard wire. Like I bought an adapter thing earlier today for connecting directly into the, I'm just going to guess that nobody is into that for $5. And if you happen to catch me, whatever, just say Ariella, $5, and I'll take it. Next up, this is a lot of 2. I hope this does something. 2001: A Space Odyssey, number 1. Very solid copy, and Power Pack number 1. They're almost always solid copies with Power Pack number 1 because that book came out in 1984. Not as much time to get thrown around and damaged as oh crap. OMG. So apparently the chat has been happening without me there. Wow. Okay, no, it hasn't. All right, so I'm going to start the bidding for this stuff at $5 as well. Power Pack number 1. I don't know why there's spec on it, but I think there is. Just go into eBay right now and take a look at how much that's going for. 2001: A Space Odyssey. It's worth a lot, but I've noticed that there are a lot of copies out there too. And so luckily this one is in very nice shape. It's probably like a 9.0 somehow, considering like where I found it. But yeah, nice book. Power Pack number 1, starting with $5. And I got a timer going for that. Okay, so that's going away too. And again, anybody wants to shout out a little bit later, $5 for the Power Pack in 2001: A Space Odyssey, just say so. Next up, we're going to go with this lot. So there's Ms. Marvel number 1, 7th printing. And almost immaculate. There was a little something that I caught earlier going on with the, oh yeah, there's like a little crunch in the cover. It's not like totally egregious, but it's definitely there. There's no denying. And then we've also got number 2, fourth printing, number 3, first printing, number 4, first printing, number 5, second printing, number 6, second printing, number 7, first printing, and number 8, first printing. So I'm wondering if I've got any connection at all, because I'm seeing it on my monitor/cell phone, but I'm not saying top chat 13 people, so that's something. Anyway, going back over through these, gonna say 1 minute starting right now. I want the starting bidding at $20 for this, just because this one is actually kind of hard to find, 7th printing. It's one of those examples like with the very final printing of Killing Joke, how that's worth, I think, as much as first printing, and that's because they printed less of them. So I'm guessing that with Marvel and Ms. Marvel, they decided that all they needed to do was like, I don't know, half of the original print runs for number 7 or for 7th printing. I'm going to go back through these one more time. Second printing, first printing. Oh, something I failed to mention, I got these from Farley's Nerd Cave, and there's a ding here. Like it breaks the color and everything. Alrighty, so that one's gonna go away. And we got some stuff coming up for the new Black Widow movie. It might be a little premature on my part, but hey, now's a good time to get it, right? Just in case it does go skyrocketing in value. We got Marvel Fanfare number 10. These ones are solid, like 9.4 easy. Number 11. Starting the bidding on this at $10, by the way. This is the first appearance of Ursa Major. This book has skyrocketed in value as well. That's the Incredible Hulk 258. Take a look online about these, by the way. 259 is also slowly on the rise, but not quite as much. It's the second appearance of the Soviet super soldiers / Ursa Major. So number 259, it's got a little inking here, not a 9.4 like the rest. Because of that, it's going to say 8.5. Plus, it's got very tiny spine ticks going all the way up. So I'm going to start a 1 minute timer there. There we go. Going to go back over these again. Marvel Fanfare number 10. Number 11. Incredible Hulk number 258. And number 259. We got Mike Kimball with $10. Awesome. Anybody else want to go up against him for that? You'll have to forgive my kind of lack of exuberance this time around. It's just total piss off with the YouTube not allowing me to see the chat. So I've got 11 to Comic Fu 2814. Welcome, and you potentially could be getting a hell of a deal here. After 15 books, Wolf Blitz, it's really hard to say. It depends on what kind of box I'll be putting it in, how you want the 15 books shipped, because I am able to do, like no boards, right? So normally I would put this book against the back of this board because frankly, everybody's got bags and boards, right? So why would we pay the shipping on bagging and boarding each of these individually? So this book would go in here, and then this book would go in here. So you'd be surprised how much, if you take those two boards out per 4 books, how much that adds up when you get up to that range. Anybody want to try to outbid Comic Food 2814 with the $11? So yeah, it's basically like you can take, what do I say here, $15 American for 15 books. Yeah, that's about right. And then just kind of think of it incrementally from then on, because as you see it, generally it goes up by about like $3 for every. Yeah, it's like $1 a book, right? Yeah, and it all depends on what you're willing to allow me to do in the way of packaging. All right, putting 30 more seconds on it, and then it's going to Comic Food 2814. I'm going to go through them one more time. Marvel Fanfare 10 and 11. 258 for Incredible Hulk, First Ursa Major / Soviet Super Soldiers. And 259 Second Soviet Super Soldiers / Ursa Major. Oh, and I just lost myself in the chat, so give me a second to come back. And yes, I am in Canada, Wolfless. It's actually not that much more expensive for me to ship to the United States than within the United States. And it's definitely cheaper for me to ship to the US than it is for the US to ship to Canada. So that's why I've got everything up here in American prices. But we are saying this is going to Comic Food 2814. Congratulations. That is actually a stellar deal for you. And you deserve it because you're a solid member of the community. Now we got some Hulk stuff coming up, and this is, there's nothing special about it, but there actually is too. You know how sometimes just the cover of a book is what makes it super valuable? Starting the bidding for these two at $10 as well, which I know doesn't seem really fair considering what I just put up for $10 as the opening bid, but there's that. And then there's the gatefold version of Incredible Hulk 418. That's the first appearance of Talos, as you might remember from the Captain Marvel movie. This one already spiked and then came back down, but I think it's going to be like one of those books that just kind of stays where it is for a while, maybe forever. You know, books like, I'm trying to think of a good example here, ones that maintain their value at like a sort of a lower level. I guess, no, I'm not thinking of any examples of things that I have coming up where that applies. But this is a good example. So 34, it's got staying power, $10, near mint, easy. Like if I was to submit that, which I might do if it doesn't sell, 9.6 probably. I don't want to take it out of its mylar just because. And then 418, same thing. I'm going to give that a 9.4 gatefold version, first appearance of Talos. Starting bid, $10. And setting 30 seconds right now. Wish I had one of those super fast voices. Like with the, can I get a blah, blah, blah? Okay, 13, 12. We got Wolf Blitz at $10. You're probably also going to get a super sweet deal on these. I mean, all things considered. You look this one up on eBay as like a potential CGC candidate, what that tends to go for. All right, anybody? I'm putting 30 more seconds on it to beat out Wolf Blitz on this one. And yes, Wolf Blitz, I can safely say that this would be less than $7. Even though I put 1 to 3 books for $7, anywhere in the United States, 2 books, the way that I was just describing to you, it's going to be cheaper than $7 American to ship that to you. I just mostly put those prices there just to be safe, because a couple of the people from last time who got more comics, they ended up I had to pay some additional shipping because I didn't want to be that guy who says, like, by the way, I got that wrong. All right, so that's going to Wolf Blitz for $10. Congratulations. And now we're going into slab territory. I know how people love their slabs, but this is the only one that's going up tonight. First off, we got Green Lantern #1, New 52, the teardrop variant. Those of you who have paid attention to that, it's one of those error copies where for some reason it's worth more. I'm not really one of those people who subscribes to the error thing, although, I mean, rarity does often dictate the value of a comic book. And then there's the #2, the sketch variant. That's 1 in, I want to say that one was 1 in 100 for the beginning numbers of the Green Lantern books in New 52, and most of them for that matter. The sketch is 1 in 100, and that's at a 9.8. So I'll bring that one up a little bit. Starting the bidding for this, again, at $10. I know, I must be crazy. So there's that. Mostly just because the sketch variants of the New 52 stuff is not going for what Comic Book Realm or any other listing would tell you. Plus there's this crack here. Plus I got it for way cheaper than I should have, so I may as well pass the savings on. Starting bid, $10 to Mike Kimball. And then the teardrop variant of #1, which in itself has sold for $10. What is a GL collector, Comic Fu? I have not seen this term before. Let's see. Good luck? No. Ground level? No. Maybe. Anyway, I'm going to start a timer for, we'll say, a minute, just to be sure. Starting now. I don't know. I wish there was something else I could be showing you, because I can't really, like, oh, hold that up again. All right. It looks kind of nice, too. Like, if you were to have this up on your wall or something, whatever. 9.8 always looks nice anywhere, right? Right. Green Lantern. That's great. What's the top bid on? Oh, this stuff. It's $10 right now. But you don't have audio on. It seems to me like Josh R. might be interested. So for everybody else, sorry for the delay, we're just going to give him a second to maybe come in on this. I don't want him to, just because he doesn't have the audio on, I don't want him to find out that here I was counting down the whole time and he had no idea. We got Josh R. with $13. By the way, I kind of have a policy when it comes to additional bids coming in that I will either add another 30 seconds because there's lag. Like, I think I have the worst lag out of everybody here, which is strange considering that I'm the one broadcasting it. Doesn't make a bit of sense to me. But yeah, just so that they have, so Mike Kimball with 14, just so that they have an opportunity to come in, because if otherwise you end up with snipers, just like on eBay and everything. Yes, now we have some bidding. Maybe because I actually put something up that means something. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna say 30 more seconds. Comic Foo, 15 bucks. Josh R. Comics and Gaming with 16. I'm fumbling away on other things here. Mike Kimball folds. So we still got Comic Foo and Josh R. Comics and Gaming in the bidding. Just waiting for Comic Foo 2814, see if he has anything to say about that. Okay, so that's going to Josh R. Comics and Gaming. Thank you very much, sir. And Andrew Kyer, you still in here? Because you still got 40 bucks to spend, or you can go to my eBay store. I think I've got that. No, I don't have that up on the screen. But yeah, if you want, I can contact you with URL and everything. And so this one I put up last time, but something has changed. So I've got Aliens versus Predator, #1, Immaculate, easy 9.4 to 9.6. And then #2. By the way, we're starting the bidding at 10 bucks for this as well. There's 9.2 on that one just to be safe. And then, yeah, so here's the cool part, the part that's different from before. Where did I put it? Okay, so this is the first appearance of Aliens versus Predator, and that's just as a preview. And then, so last time, this was the first full appearance that I had, and I don't know if you can see it on there, but it's pretty damaged. That's the one I got from Chad RCG. But now I have the A cover in a 9.4 and the B cover in a 9.4 as well. So we got Comic Foo at 12 bucks. That's beating out I Love Disney and Comics with 10 and then $11. So that's for first full appearance of AVP. Both covers. We got first, whatever you want to call that, preview or something. We got Disney with 13 bucks, and then an Immaculate Aliens versus Predator #1 and #2. Yeah, it is nice. I'm gonna actually make that the thing that I show off more than anything, because that's a solid cover right there. And it's actually so nice, in my opinion, that I'm sort of glad that I found that one in a way nicer condition, because that way I get to actually keep this one, where normally anything that I win in a contest has to go up for sale, right? That's just how I roll. All right, gonna put a minute on it for Disney at 13 bucks. Which number? Oh, it's so this is number 35, this is number 36, and this is number 36. Should have mentioned that so that you can look that up for yourselves. Now the 35, by the way, is sort of similar in condition to that other 36 that I showed. See those spine things there? I don't know if you can, but it's not exactly the prettiest book. Interiors are nice though, especially if you appreciate good sketch art. I should read this before I send it out, considering that it's already in the condition that it's in. We've got 14 to Comic Foo. Now Disney, before you keep bidding, I'm going to say that's like a 6 to a 6.5, because none of those dings breaks the color, but they're so obvious. Corners are sharp, and these, like I said, easy 9.4 to 9.6. And then these books on their own, like 16 to Comic Foo, 2814. These books here are just awesome unto themselves. There isn't like crazy value on this. It's a valuable book, don't get me wrong. Like you're still getting a deal at 16 bucks. You'd still be getting a deal at 20 bucks for the lot, 25, 30 even. Not that I'm implying anything. Yeah, but these books are just fun to read, especially if you were into the whole. All right, so Disney folds. Anybody else want to go up against Comic Fu 2814? $16. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Disney on this one and just say congrats, Comic Fu. That's cool. It's nice just to get rid of that last item that Chad RCG had donated, or whatever you want to call that. Cool, 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 cool. Now this next one is a book that I'm selling by itself, and that's New Mutants 26. Yes, I have yet another copy of it. I sold one of these at the last auction. Went for pretty well, I would say. And then I still get one copy for myself and this copy. So this one is an 8.5 according to the person who sold it to me. They're saying 8.5. I'm saying 9.0 though. So going to start the bidding for that at, I don't know, I got it for so cheap. We'll say $5. $5 for New Mutants 26, first appearance of Legion. First full appearance, that is. I think he shows up in the last like 2 or 3 panels of issue number 25. I have it and I've read it. I just don't remember the specifics. So I'm gonna throw wow, a 1-minute timer on that. Starting now, starting at $5. I'm just texting Josh right now because he was messaging me about whether or not he won that slab. Okay, we got Disney with $5 for New Mutants number 26, first appearance of Legion. I would take it out of the bag and board to show you more specifics within that, because I seem to recall the reason that they said 8.5. I noticed that the pages are a little bit tanned, but frankly, cover is the priority, and then it goes with like how firm it is, right? And then unless the pages are so tanned and it's like a book from the 80s or 90s where there's no reason that it should be that tanned, then that's where that kind of takes effect in the grading. But yeah, it's looking like that is going to go to Disney for $5. So congratulations on that. That's a solid deal, sir. Next up. Yeah, next up, I don't remember who had commented on this, but they were missing a bunch of Moon Knight comics. So I'm putting a bunch of these up. Now, for the record, I do have number 1 coming up very shortly, and also number 14. But I wanted to wait because I was hoping that the way that this whole thing is supposed to go is kind of like this when it comes to value, with a few good ones in between. That was the plan anyway. So I'll just tell you right now that the opening bid for what I'm about to show you, and it's not as big a stack as what you think it is, by the way. It's half the size of this stack. The way that I bag and board with the whole like one on front, one on back, starting the bidding at $20. No, sorry, I got that wrong. $15. That's right. Starting the bidding at $15 for number 2, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9, number 10. I'm just making sure that I'm getting rid of the doubles and not the ones that I actually needed, because I know there are 2 here that there are 2 blanks, so like 3 and something else. That's what it was, 12. Okay, so unfortunately 12 I'm not selling, but there's 11, 13, nope, it was 15. I don't have There were 3 actually, sorry. So 15 isn't in there. 16 is. And then I don't have 17, and there's 18. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so let's go back through those backwards. Starting bid, $15 for all of them. They are all in solid shape, like 9.2, 9.4. A couple of them are even probably closer to a 9.6. I went through all of them. I really should have separated the doubles out from the regulars, but I didn't know for sure whether I was going to sell these or not. Vinny P34 is saying $6, but we're actually starting the bidding at 15. Sorry. Yeah, no, I got to make it 15, just based on what I paid for them. So 18, 16, 13, 11, 10, 9, 8, and that was the issue. So this number, no. Sorry, I got that all messed up. All right, so 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and 2. Starting bid 15 to Wolf Blitz. Jolly good. I was hoping I wasn't asking too much when I saw Vinny put in 6 there, and I'm like, is that actually what these are worth? Because I'm pretty sure it's actually way more. But I understand wanting to get a deal, especially since none of the keys are in this lot. It's mostly just for, yeah, okay, so here we go. Up the down 7. This time I'm going to get it right. We got number 2, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9, number 11, one of these, number 11, number 13, number 16, and number 18. Total books. Ten total books. That would have been a lot easier for me to say. 10 total Moon Knight books, all of them in a solid 9.4. We currently have Wolf Blitz at at $15. So I'm going to put a 1-minute timer on that. Anybody who's collecting Moon Knight, by the way, if you're new to the chat, because it's kind of been going up and down for quite a number of minutes now. If you're new to the chat, I've got number 1 and number 14 coming up. So basically, if you bid on this and you win this, you still have the opportunity, aside from number 3, 10, and 12, to have everything up to number 18. So there you go. We got 16 to up the down 7. And for once, I'm not going to go back and flip through these again, because then I'll just end up confusing it again. And yes, you are right, Wolf Blitz. It is a total of 11 books. I was just trying to count while I was going through the numbers. So I got 30 more seconds. So far, $16 to up the down 7. Yep. And yeah, Vinny, I can't help you out there because that's the recent one, right? I've got number 1 from, I can't remember who did that one actually. I know the guys, Comic Head 84, Metarog, etc. We got Comic Fu with $17 on that. Maybe I will go through it one more time. And if by the time I've gone back through them, we don't have anybody beating out Comic Fu 2814, then they'll go to him. So got number 2, number 4, number 5, number 7, number 8, number 6, sorry, number 9, number 11, number 10, number 13, 16, and 18. Up to downs at 18. It's still a pretty sweet deal, despite how confusing, of course, I went and made it. And we are looking at 11 books for 18 bucks currently. So just waiting on some folds, and I can move on to, well, you know what, since we're on the Moon Knight stuff, I'm just going to sell off those 2 right now. I mean, after, obviously. So 19 to Comic Fu 2814. Wicked. Yeah, me too, up to down 7. It's not only the most confusing that I've ever seen, but obviously the most confusing I've ever made anything in my entire life. So you're not the only one. That's what I get for not having a more thorough collection before I bought that lot. Because obviously I bought the lot, it was complete, and then I took out the ones that I needed from that. And then I'm just selling the keys separately, the 2 keys that. So Comic Fu 2814 at 19 bucks. Pretty much ready to call it, I think. $20 to up to down 7. Cool. So 20 bucks, Comic Fu. I think you're the only 2 left in the running. Correct, yeah, Wolf Blitz. 3, 10, and 12 are missing, I think. 18. Sorry, it was 17. That's right. So here's how we're going to do this. Anything that you see a double of, that's staying, or it's a key that I'm keeping. So 18, 16. So 17 is missing. 15 is missing. 12 is missing. And 3 is missing. Yes, pretty much correct. All right, so Comic Fu, no, sorry, who do we have? Up to down 7 is getting it for 20 bucks. So there you go. Sorry, everybody, for that. I really should have taken those out, but I thought I had a good grasp on it all. So there we go. That's done. Now we can move on to, I want to make sure I'm grabbing the higher grade copy here, because one of these is for me, and one of these is for the auction. All right, this is the higher grade one. That's an easy 9.4. I'm going to start the bidding there at 10 bucks. Because obviously you should still get a deal, but if you go online right now and look up what it's selling for, because it's still got that buzz surrounding it. Yeah, 10 bucks for that one. I think it's got something to do with the new Netflix show. Like, that's why this is a big thing. Up to down 7. That is on a case-by-case basis. It depends on what you're willing to let me do to save shipping costs for you, and whether or not you want tracking or whether you want expedited parcel. Like what I did with the last auction, and the people seem to appreciate it, was I gave them all their options. So I weighed all the books at the cheapest way that I could still do it with, you know, substantial protection for the stuff. And then I sent them the options of like, so this is expedited, this is tracking, this is how much more it'll cost if you want me to throw if you want me to put them all individually bagged and boarded, which last time I had lower price point items going out though. So I think with something like this, I would insist on getting so we got Wolf Blitz with $10 on that one. I would insist on giving it a halfback board, which I don't know if you can possibly see the depth of that one versus the other, but that's a halfback. But you see, like, you can't bend that. So that's the safest way. So something like the keys, the big ones, maybe I wouldn't even insist with this actually, because that's a decent mylar. The board itself is pretty sturdy. So yeah, in other words, it really depends. We got up to down 7 with 11 currently on that. I hope I didn't just lose the stream. Got 12 to Wolf Blitz. I think I might have just inadvertently fixed part of my leg. I'm going to be watching this on the screen and see how that goes. Yeah, all right, it's still a pretty big lag, even hardwired, even with what I just did. Damn it all. All right, 12, and I'm putting a 30-second timer on this. Got up to down 7 folded, and I'm not hearing from anybody else, so I think it's probably safe to say. Now, I'm still going to give it the rest of this 30 seconds here. Alrighty, that is a decent deal going to... I just have to type something in here to make sure this works. I'm just self-narrating right here in that comment. See how long it takes to show up on my monitor. All right, yeah. It's going to Wolf Blitz for $12. Not too shabby. Now here's a big one. That's number 1. And that, again, like I wasn't going to sell this, but then I just happened to find one. It was coming out of Canada here. And we're going to start the bidding for this one at $15. And that is the only thing that's wrong with it that I was able to spot is a tiny little tick, but it doesn't break the color, which it happens to land right in the white of his cape. So we're starting the bidding at $15 for this. 19 viewers. I have a strong feeling somebody is going to bid $15 if you've seen this book skyrocketing lately. No, Comic Fu, it is not StreamYard because, and I think I'm going to have to buy StreamYard because the free version doesn't allow to do this whole extra camera thing. I would have to do it all through my laptop's camera, and that does not make things very easy for me as an auctioneer, being the only one up. You know, like if there was somebody moderating or if there was somebody to fill the silence or whatever, that would be okay. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. So far it's up to down 7 at $16. We had Mike Kimball at 15. Yeah, anyway, unless I buy StreamYard. 17, the best Stearns. Hello, I don't think I know you, so welcome to everything. If you have a channel, I will subscribe to it. I tend to be pretty good with that. But yeah, anyway, Comic Fu, I know StreamYard works great. That's what I had to do last auction. By the way, there's a 1-minute timer on this until I see another bid, of course. 17 to best Stearns. But yeah, the last time that I did one of these auctions, I had a very similar technical difficulty. Up to down 7 with 18. And I had to end up resubmitting a stream and then going through StreamYard. We got $20 to best Stearns. Am I saying that right, Beth? Anyway, yeah, it was very, very hectic, but StreamYard ended up working great for me. It's just that it was very distracting trying to hold books up while I was attempting to write down what people were buying and for how much. It just did not go well for somebody doing it solo with the kind of setup that I'm sort of stuck with here. All right, up to down 7 folds. I'm assuming Mike Kimball, oh, Comic Food 2814 with 22 bucks. If anybody wants me to take it out of the bag, just say so. But I'm assuming that you're okay with me showing it to you like this. You can see that there are no substantial, like the corners are definitely sharp, and there's nothing wrong with the ink. Like it's not faded. There's that one tiny little spine tick, but it doesn't really show. All right, so I'm talking to Paul Stearns. And you got a bid, Paul? Because we got Mike just folded. We got Comic Foo 2814 with 22 bucks on this one thus far. Got the timer going for 30 more seconds. Yeah, I'm starting to think, I think it was, who was it that, oh yeah, Discovery Bay invited me to take part in one of their pop-up shops. I think that's really the best way for Comics Altruism to make their money, because I'm not really a good host when it comes to stuff like, I don't know what to say right now, just a bunch of dead air, whereas Discovery Bay, like, he's awesome, Jose, at filling the silence and talking about entertaining things and showing his enthusiasm. And so are you, Comic Foo, by the way. All right, that is going to Comic Food 2814 for 22 bucks. Thank you, sir. And yeah, I'm gonna put this in here. I'm not gonna spend too much time. I'm just gonna say because of some damage up here, it's a 6.0. It's 5.5, sorry. And I'm gonna start the bidding at like $5. But that's the 30-cent variant, which isn't like the super expensive $300 one. I'm just going to put a quick 30-second timer on this because I really want to get to the big, you know what, I've actually gone through everything that I wanted to, aside from these 2 final books. So I'm going to get this Godzilla out of the way. I just read it last night very carefully, just because I figured like I will be getting rid of this, but I'm not so sure at the moment. It's a pretty funny book. Nick Fury shows up to try and control Nick Fury and all of S.H.I.E.L.D. We got Disney and Comics with $5, so that's cool. I'm going to reset the timer for another minute. I'm not really expecting a lot of competition with this one. It is a high value book, but the fact that it's a 5.5 because of this damage up here, it's probably higher, but I'd rather play it safe and not tell you that it's like a 6 or a 6.5, because if you get it and you decide that that defines too much damage to be a 6.0 or 6.5, you know, playing it safe. I am actually, while we're waiting, so Kung Fu bid 6 on that, and then Disney bid 7. I am going to actually give you a closer look at what I'm talking about so that you can assess for yourself before bidding goes up any higher. And I'll just hope that the camera is at the right angle to actually see what I'm talking about here. So for one, it's not the flattest book, which, by the way, anything that isn't immaculate that I show off and you decide that you want me to press it, I'll do that for free. I find it fun and sort of therapeutic in a way, like putting something like this in the press and watching that little imperfect sort of uneven gloss, watch that come out so smooth, and watch this come out smooth, even though there will still be that damage there. It's lethargic in a lot of ways. So we got Disney with $7 thus far. Anybody else? I'm going to be putting another 30-second timer on. We've only got 2 books left to go, finally. I'm going for an hour and 20. I was just joking with Josh R. the other day about how no way am I going to go as long as I did last time, because that was shitty. It was 2 hours, and this way I'll be able to cut this off at an hour and a half, which is way too long anyway. Need to find a better way to expedite the whole process. All right, so let's go into I Love Disney and Comics for $7. Thank you, sir. And next up, the last 2 comics. We have Avengers 181. This one I'm going to take out right away, but I'm starting the bidding for this one also at $10. The reason I'm taking it out is so that you can see, like if you look at it through the mylar, it looks pretty much perfect, but then when you look at it up against the light, it's got that, sort of wrinkle. So I'm setting the bidding at $10 as though I'm not going to press this for you, because some people are against pressing, so I didn't want to just take the liberty of pressing it before I tried to sell it. Felt that would be a little underhanded, so I'm selling it in the same condition I bought it in. And if you want me to press it, you could potentially get a hell of a deal. Like I could probably bring this 5.0. I'm saying 5.0 because this staple here has some wear on it, and then there's just like that overall lack of smoothness there. Some of these spine ticks are definitely color breaking. Oh yeah, Comic Crew 2814, I know exactly what you mean. And hey, Big Lion Cat, you're here right for the end, but thank you for stopping in. I saw that you liked a lot of my Instagram posts previewing a lot of this stuff I'm selling, so thanks for all that support. And yeah, even after an hour and 20 minutes, my voice is starting to go too. And I've had beverages. Either way, that's $10 for that one. I'm going to set a timer for 1 minute. And if I don't see any bids at the end of that 1 minute, I'll move right along to the last one, which is the highlight of the entire show. And thank you, everybody, by the way, for not just stopping by, but for also being so patient with everything. I was able to figure out how to get myself up in the chat. That's why I thought I had kicked myself out of my own stream, is because everything just went dark. Like everything disappeared from my computer. Not like black screen, but what I'm looking at, my display was completely gone. Yeah. So we're getting kind of close to that 1 minute. And I really don't mind keeping this, to be honest. I just had to put it up because I meant to put it up on the last auction. And like I said, I ran for 2 hours, so I had to really cut it off. Oh, sorry to hear that, Big Lion Cat, about being under the weather. Okay, I think we are looking at moving right along to the star of the show. Although I would consider that to be one of the stars of the show personally. I was so jazzed when I came across that for the price I did. Oh yeah, thank you, Big Lion Cat. I mean, I wouldn't ask people to hit the like button personally, but now that you're saying it, yeah. By the way, I've been getting, okay, so here's this. We got Thor 337. Everybody knows what this is, and everybody knows the significance of it, and everybody knows what it's approximately priced at. So I unfortunately have to start the bidding for this one at $30, and I'm hoping that it'll go, because I've been seeing it go for American like $70, $65. So even if I start the bidding at $30 for a copy that's easily an 8.0, maybe an 8.5, the only issues are that it's got a little bit of a shadow right along the side here. I have a strong feeling that the previous owner... No, we are not just getting started, Wolf Blitz. I'm trying to keep these things shorter because, being solo, they're... Yeah, right, Josh R? Totally sweet. And especially, like, I was expecting more damage to it. pages are a little bit tanned. Anybody want to take, so Comic Foo, we got you in for $30. But if you want me to take it out of the mylar so that you can see the pages and everything, just say so, and I will do that. But as far as, I'll just bring it up closer to the camera so that you can kind of see what's going on with it. If you can, I don't even know, but there is like a light shadow. It's maybe almost like a nicotine stain, but it doesn't smell like it was from a smoking environment. We got Josh R. Comics and Gaming with 35. We got Sears Comics and Things with 40. Very cool. And then the interior, it almost appears to have the same effect going on the inside. You know, when you open up a book, 45 Comic Foo 2814, where the pages get more tanned from the outside in. No, the inside out. They get more tanned as you move out toward the sides. And I have a feeling that comes from being stored without a bag and a board. But the lack of damage tells me that if it was just sitting in a stack of books or maybe in a long box, it wasn't touched by anybody. So I don't know. It's really awkward. Comic Foo 2814 with 45. And like I say, just holler and I can take that out of the bag. That's why I got the gloves on. We got 52 Sears Comics and Things. That is exactly what I was hoping to see, because what I was going to say is if it doesn't make a little more than what I was, starting bidding at, I would have to say like half of it was coming out of my pocket in order to meet up with the fact that, I spent a certain amount of money on this book. So it's not like I can say $30 is what I spent and then, take back the $30 because somebody bid $30 and then nothing goes to charity. That's not exactly how I work. So it would have gone like 15 out of pocket, 15 from you, and then call it a day. But yeah, this works really well. Some of it's still going to come out of pocket if nobody outbids Sears Comics and Things. But I mean, all right, we got Wolf Blitz is taking the Warrior Nun 1, 2, and 3 for $5. So that's cool. And you got a hell of a deal, my friend. It's if you look on eBay at what just the number 1 is going for, yeah, you got a deal. But it's not really my bag. Like, that's not what I'm into, so I don't really have a reason to hang on to them. I just happen to get them in this big lot that I got the other day, so cool. All right, I am putting a 1-minute timer. And sorry for I got a text, so that's why that silence was in there. And counting down by about 30 seconds. I forgot to hit start on my timer. So 30 seconds, go into, hey, Jig's Kingdom. So what we have going on here is Mighty Thor 337, last book of the night. Solid 8.0, 8.5. And I'm only grading it at that because it's got a shadow and the pages are a little bit tanned. So Comic Foo folds. Looks like if Jig's Kingdom doesn't want to outbid Sears Comics and Things at the very last second, it'll be going to him. Money bags. And yeah, thanks, Jigs, for coming back. Jigs was here for, actually, I don't remember who was here, but I know Jigs was one of them. I feel like I Love Disney and Comics was here as well, but for my little test that I didn't want anybody to show up for, and it was working perfectly. It is looking like that is going to Sears Comics and Things. So thank you, sir, and congratulations on that. So I guess let's see if I can put myself back on the screen just to say thanks for coming out. Working on it, working on it. And still working on it. There we go. All right. No. There we go, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I got such a lag here that it's like impossible to say whether or not I'm on the screen, but I'm assuming that I am. So thank you everybody for contributing. We had a really slow start there because frankly the beginning of the auction wasn't that impressive. Yeah, and shipping for some of that stuff wouldn't be worth what I was going to be selling it for anyway, and just the nature of the content. So yeah, thank you everybody for stopping by. I will be doing the tally up, and I will be figuring out what I had put into each of the items, because luckily I keep a very firm catalog on everything. So yeah, I will be putting up a tally or a total or whatever, because it's being split between two charities. There's Little Pink Houses of Hope, which was brought to you by Metarog, and then there's the Inn, Oxford County's homeless shelter, and that's for Mark W. So it's going to be split. Little Pink Houses of Hope already earned a bunch of money from the last auction. So I think it's going to continue on the trend that it has been, where each month I've been earning, or we, I should say, because obviously people have to buy the stuff, but we've been earning a little more money every month as things move along. So yeah, thank you everybody for coming out and contributing. That is fantastic. And hopefully next time, I always say this, it'll go a little smoother. It won't. but hopefully, I don't know, I'll figure something out with my internet connection or something. All right, thank you for stopping by, and pay attention to my Instagram, and we'll probably be doing like an announcement video to say how we did here. But I know for a fact that we did awesome. So thank you, everybody. Bye.